Good afternoon, everybody! Morning, night, whenever you're watching this video. I'm the Awkward Commentator. Welcome back to yet another episode of Diddy Kong Racing. In the last episode, we completed our very first domain, the Dino Domain. We got all the trophies, all the balloons, the trophy, and we finally took down that dreaded TT challenge that I hate so much. This episode, why am I starting off here in the game selection screen? Because part of me thinks that Taj is going to challenge us to the hovercraft challenge. If not, we'll just move on to the next domain, but if he does, we're going to start off with that first, so let's go. And I was right, looks like he's going to challenge us to our next challenge, the Hover Challenge. To test your driving skills, you must race me around the island. That text is the same every time. I don't know why I'm reading that. Alright, so this is different, obviously, from the car challenge now that we're in the hovercraft. But this time, instead of going around that one circle you see on the map right there, we're actually going to go around the entire island, get a nice little view of the island, even though we already got a nice view of the island in episode 1, because I did fly around it collecting the 4 balloons that were scattered around the island. Alright, well, you guys will have to bear with me. I just woke up maybe like half an hour ago, and I'm like, you know what, I think I need to get some episodes recorded. That way I can have content for the weekend, because this weekend I'm probably not going to be very active as much, because I think this is episode 4, right? Yeah, this episode's not going to go up until after the weekend, unfortunately, but yeah, this weekend, the weekend of January 16th and 17th, I will be just going on a Xenoblade Chronicles X binge. Which episode was it again? I think it was episode 2 that I was talking about, my build in Xenoblade X. I want to get I have some stuff I need to get, I have some augments I need to craft, some enemies to kill, I'm not sure how I'm going to tackle that, but I do have 1 out of 7 pieces of equipment finished, with all its attributes, all its augments, so oh man. Next up is with dual guns. Maybe, I'm not quite sure yet, I might want to go for something else, because I feel like the dual guns are going to take a while. I have to get these dual guns from a level 70 Tyrant, and it's a rare drop. Well, not really like a rare drop. Well done, take this as a reward. Take this as a reward. I'll see you later. This balloon sucks. Once he vanishes, you can't get the balloon in the water. You have to wait for the balloon to float over to surface before you get the friggin' balloon. Before I finish my story, our next domain is in the snowy area over there. So, oh yeah, Taj has this like little song that he likes to play. He sings a little ditty. We can only access this domain via the plane. If you try using the hovercraft, if you try using the car, you're not going to get there, pretty much. And as you can tell by all the snow right here, we have an ice world up ahead. Take it away, TT, what's the name of this world?
Snowflake Mountain.
Snowflake Mountain! This is actually my favorite domain in the entire game. I don't know what it is, I don't know why I do. I just love snowy areas, and I love crashing into TT, apparently. Here's our status, if anybody's interested. So, we have 4 new races. A brand new trophy race, a brand new boss, and we have a brand new TT challenge to do. Thank God this TT challenge isn't like the friggin' last one. Let's go in order, shall we? From 2, 3, 8, and 9. First up is Everfrost Peak. For some reason, we're racing this track on the plane. I mean, I can kind of understand why we're using the plane on this track, but the car or the hovercraft will work just fine, because as you can see, this down here, you may see the water animation down there, but the water's actually frozen, and you're able to drive over it, or hovercraft over it, whichever you prefer. But the plane's not too bad. It's one of my favorite, it's my favorite vehicle in this game, so I'm not going to complain about it. Okay, back to my story. The dual guns that I want require me to crash into the wall. No. Yeah, this level 70 Tyrant. He only appears during the day, so once it hits nighttime, I gotta go find a way to change the stupid clock, because thankfully in Xenoblade Chronicles, you're able to change the time, making it easier for certain enemies to spawn. And what I have to look for are, I don't remember the name, but they're dual guns that need both potential up and potential boost. Potential pretty much boosts the attack power of moves that are TP based. TP moves are moves that require TP to use, 1000 TP, and they deal a little more damage, or they give you a little extra buff. I don't know why I'm talking about this in Diddy Kong Racing. This isn't completely irrelevant to this game. If I ever decide to do Xenoblade Chronicles X, oh man, that's going to be a big series, because that is a big freaking game. It's freaking open world. Did I mention I just woke up? Yeah, I did. Wow, I'm already forgetting what I'm talking about right now. I literally was like, alright, I want to record. Let's just get this over with. I don't work for another 4 hours, so maybe I can get this entire domain recorded. Wow, I didn't realize we were on the final lap there. Okay, thank you, Tosh. Thank you so much for that. Give us our little balloon, and we're gonna go into the next track, which is Walrus Cove. I gotta tell you guys, I'm trying to find something to talk about throughout these episodes. It's gonna be an absolute pain, so... Is that gonna be my new anyway, saying so a lot? So and anyway, wow. I can't make up my mind on which word I want to say. I was about to say anyway, no. I actually did some digging, and I actually found some of my older videos. I have a channel titled Flareon. It's got 11 episodes of Diddy Kong Racing. That's not the first official series I did on this channel. Way back in 2013, when I had a name called Black Veil Rush. It is a mixture, or it's a combination of the boy band Big Time Rush and the band Black Veil Brides, two of my favorite groups at the time. When I was thinking of a username for YouTube, I was like, you know what, Black Veil Rush sounds pretty cool, so I'm gonna go with it. And that was my first actual YouTube channel where I started doing or wanting to do Let's Plays or just playthroughs in general. I got up to episode 11 of Diddy Kong Racing, and then I just stopped for some reason. I think I remember why. My microphone or maybe my controller went out on me, one of those two. I thought I had an item, apparently I did not have an item. It's like in episode 2 when I collected a silver coin and I thought I had a stupid missile for some reason, but I didn't. We're on the final lap here. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that, I had to get a little more comfortable in my chair. My chair, I noticed a lot of something in the previous recordings. I could hear the sound of my chair every time I moved. And just hearing that freaking creaking noise almost every few seconds. Well, not every few seconds, but kind of made me laugh, but at the same time made me nervous, because if it's creaking a lot... Uh-oh. Oh, thank God, I'm so far ahead that no one's gonna pass me right now. That would have been really bad. Yeah, with it creaking so much, I've had these chairs since I've moved into my apartment. I've been in my apartment for... This will be the 6th year now, actually, come November. And I still have the same chairs that I got way back when I moved in. Furniture is expensive, don't you guys know that? So I'm worried that it's gonna get to the point where it keeps cracking, and suddenly you guys are gonna hear some very funny commentary when the chair breaks and I decide to scream like a little girl. Okay, maybe not a little girl. Alright, you guys may have noticed that I haven't picked up a key yet throughout this domain. That's because this key is hidden throughout this course. This course is called Snowball Valley. Why am I not going? Simple. Go this way. And ta-da! We have our key. Uh-oh. Get the key. Alright, we don't even have to finish the race. As long as we grab the key and return to the lobby, we got the key. Alright, now let's head back into Snowball Valley. Snowball Valley is my favorite track in this game. Mainly because of one part at the end. I just think this is really cool. It's a super short track. There are 2 paths. I always go this path for whatever reason. I'm pretty much playing this game the same way I did when I was a kid. Same strategy, same everything. Except as a kid, this is my favorite part right here. All the big snowballs right there that can crush you. I don't know why that's my favorite part. It just is. When I was a kid, I didn't know about this exhilaration right there, where if you let go of the exhilaration and you get a green boost. I went throughout this whole game. I don't even know how I managed to beat the final boss, actually. It's, to this day, I'm still shocked, but kids are very persistent. They'll keep going until they win, I guess, unless it's a game that's really complicated. So yeah, I didn't know about this. So I just kept using the regular boost. I never bothered to let go of the exhilaration button. Then again, Taj did tell us hints, but as a kid, I never bothered to read his hints. I just skipped right over him. I didn't really read much playing video games when I was a child. I'm absolutely shocked with some of the games that I have played throughout my childhood that I actually managed to beat. One of which is a game called Bomberman Generations. How I managed to solve some of those puzzles as a kid is beyond me, because I beat that game, and it's not a hard game per se, it's just some of the stuff you can't really figure, I mean, at least in my opinion, you can't really figure out on your own. This is Frosty Village. This is probably my least favorite track in this game, mainly because the Silver Coin Challenge sucks. Yeah, Bomberman Generation, good game. If anybody needs a GameCube game recommendation, I recommend Bomberman Generations. That game is freaking awesome. Probably the only Bomberman game I actually recommend. I'm not too crazy on the actual Bomberman series. I tried playing the, okay, I guess it's not new anymore because it came out around the time the Switch came out, I think. The Bomberman game on the Nintendo Switch. I gave that a try, and my god, it was bad. I'm just not really big on those types of games. Heck, I'm surprised I even beat Fire Emblem Three Houses, another Nintendo Switch game. It was my first official Fire Emblem game I have ever played, and I've been wanting to play the Fire Emblem series, but I never got too into it. I tried Awakening, but strategic games like that I'm not too good at. But when I played Fire Emblem Awakening, it was just so good that I wanted to keep going. I went with the Golden Deer route. At first I did go with the Black Eagles, but I wasn't too big on the storyline of the Black Eagles. And then I went with the Golden Deer route, and the characters in the Golden Deer house, oh man, I love them so much, especially Raph. I think his name is Raph. Yeah, that dude is freaking awesome. I'm out of stuff to talk about already. That's not good. Thankfully, we're almost at the end of the video here because this is the last race before the boss, and then after the boss, I get to finish off this episode. These episodes are going to be kind of relatively short. I'm surprised it only took me 5 attempts to beat Hot Top Volcano in the last episode. Thank God, that TT challenge sucks. And now... Diddy Kong Racing DS. This is a boss that I hate racing because we have to use the hovercraft in this race. And the hovercraft, this is Bluey.
Well done. Now I challenge you to a race.
The hovercraft in Diddy Kong Racing DS is an absolute nightmare. Whoever programmed that needs to, like what I said in the last episode about Fire Mountain, needs to burn in the deepest depths of the hell of hell. Trying to control the hovercraft in the DS version is garbage. And the 64 version, it is, I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely better than trying to control that stupid thing in the goddamn DS version. This race is a race to the finish. There are no laps whatsoever. Then again, the last boss was also a race to the finish. I don't know why I never pointed that out, but this guy's a little easier. His track's a little shorter. He's not really that fast, at least in the first episode. If you get a good speed boost with the booster, get pretty far ahead of him, he's pretty much done. This part right here could be a little tricky because of how turning that corner can be. And yeah, after this, it's just straightforward to the finish line. Not really much to say about this boss. Bluey, your track is pretty boring if I have to say so.
Well done. Now try my new challenge. Click Collect all the silver coins from the snow world. Collect 8 from each level and win. Then come back and see me.
I will happily come back and see you, dude.
I've got something special.
Take your finger off the exhilaration just before you hit a zipper. That right there is the hint that I never read as a child, and I never knew about the green speed boost. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits for this episode. Thank you everyone for joining me back here on another episode of Diddy Kong Racing. I hope to see you all back here in the next episode, and I hope you all have a good day. I'll catch you later.